And all reading from Jacob's Hand, A Fable, Aldous Huxley, Christopher Isherwood. Let's continue. It's a nice little book. Just wanted to get something light to read. I do a lot of heavy reading. Sharon maybe would be less remote if Jacob gave her the opportunity. She is quite aware of his adoration and likes it. She likes him too. He is the only presentable male within view, but he is so shy, and she feels almost too completely at home with him. There is no element of excitement in their relationship. She smiles as he rides up. Hello, Jacob, I've been waiting for you. You have? He flushes with pleasure. Anything you want. Sharon points up at the almond tree which grows near the gate. Do you see, Jacob? The first blossoms? Can you reach them for me? Jacob leans over in the saddle and easily bends the big branch of the tree so that the blossoms are lowered almost to the earth before her. But she doesn't look at them. She smiles rather provokingly. My, you're strong. I like to watch you move things around. Jacob doesn't know how to take this. He doesn't admit to himself that there is any invitation in the way she looks at him. So he decides that she is just making fun of him. He blushes and says nothing. Sharon plucks some of the blossoms and puts them in her hair. Any mail for me? She asks, with affected casualness. He hands over the contents of his pocket, and she looks through the letters while he stands by in mute dog-like adoration. Professor Carter from New York. Professor Carter from New York of California? From the University of California, excuse me. Miss Ann Carter, Professor. The American Journal of Hispanic Philology. How thrilling. Sharon's tone becomes more and more bitter. Aunt Annie again, from Chicago. Aunt Annie from Minneapolis. Ah, Miss Sharon Carter. Her face lights up, then grimaces disgustedly from Sears Roebuck. She sighs with a kind of angry self-pity. Don't you mind getting no mail? She asks Jacob. Jacob shakes his head. His folks don't go in for writing letters. And anyhow, what's there to write about on a farm in Kansas? Besides, his mother is dead, and the old man has married again and has a whole new family. That's why he came out to California. From the prairie to the desert, Sharon exclaims ironically. What a big change. Why didn't you settle in Frisco or Los Angeles while you were about it? In a slow, inarticulate way, Jacob explains that he doesn't like cities. He was on furlough in New York during the war. That was bad enough, but not so bad as Paris. Paris, she repeats ecstatically. And whereas for him, Paris is just a noisy, stinky city where they don't speak English and you can't get hotcakes or maple syrup. For Sharon, it is the place where you reach the pinnacle of glory by singing at the opera. She herself has a nice voice, and her ambition is to make a career with it, to go out into the world and become a great singer. But who ever heard of a great singer on crutches? Her bitterness distresses Jacob terribly. There is nothing he can do to help her. He knows she hates the desert and her life with the Carters. She is longing to get away from them, and from him too, probably. She only deigns to talk to him, he tells himself, because there is nobody else. He doesn't criticize her attitude either. To him, it is perfectly natural and right that she should have all the things she desires, and he never questions that she will become famous if only she could have the opportunity. Can't you imagine me, she continues with savage self-disgust, up there on the stage with my lame leg? Everybody in the audience will be laughing. I wouldn't be, says Jacob with the utmost sincerity. I wouldn't be thinking of your leg at all. I'd be listening to your voice and looking at your face. Sharon is touched. Jacob is really sweet, she thinks. If you didn't ever think of your leg, he continues, suddenly able for a moment to express his deepest feelings, nobody else would either. There's that dog over at the Blue Star Ranch that got hurt last fall. He doesn't sit in a corner and say, I'm a cripple. He runs around with the others the best way he can. He stops abruptly, realizing that he has implied a criticism on Sharon's attitude to life. But Sharon isn't displeased. There are occasions like this when she feels that Jacob isn't just another hick, a cowhand, a dumb farm boy. He has his own human dignity, his philosophy of experience. Perhaps he is something more than any of them imagine. Then she shakes her head sadly. You wouldn't laugh, Jacob, I know that. You're different. You're not like the people in the cities. You're so sophisticated. So again, I guess it's dating on the ranch, or on the farm, or in rural communities. I guess that's what it's like. I don't like it. I'm a city person, born and raised. I need action. I need movement. I need. Although I mean, I wouldn't die if I was on a farm, I guess. But interesting little book. Read as much of it as we can, or read as much of it as you know time allows. Just to give you a nice chunk of it. Maybe you might want to go and finish it. But until next time, take care of yourself. Be safe and be careful.